Hello everyone. I had to put my glasses back on because I was having a hard time seeing. So I decided to put them back on if you guys don't mind seeing the reflections in them. Well, I told you in the last update I was going to talk about the situation with the cars. Well, my car, the Grand Am, which I bought in 2007, which was my very first car, is the engine seized up back in December last year. So we had to sell it. Unfortunately, it was hard for me to sell my baby, but it was such a money-hungry car, so we had to get rid of it. Anyhow, a few weeks later, we were told we can make payments on this Ford Taurus by a woman named Pam. And anyway, we paid her $100 for a payment, and we said we'll pay her $100 every month until we get paid off, which we made payment agreements of $500 for the car, and she accepted it. She wrote her signature on the paper. Well, apparently the title was never in her name, so she screwed us over with the title when we were trying to register the car, and Jonathan got frustrated, saying, "You're supposed to get it." Hi, Bear. That's my mom's cat, Bear, which she's hanging out with us for the last few months because they can never catch her to take her back to her house. So she's been with us for a while. Anyway, the Ford Taurus, we were going to make payments on it, but once we found out the title wasn't in her name, Jonathan got frustrated, and Pam then decides that she wanted the car back because she wanted to sell it for more money from what she told us. So we got upset because here we already put money into the car to get it running, and now she wants it back after once we get it fixed and running. And it made me so mad. I was flipping out. I was like, oh, so you're gonna take a car that a family desperately needed just to sell it for more money when you already made agreements to give it to us? And her boyfriend, or whatever he is, he was like, well, if I was here, I would never agreed to it. And they were just rude people, and they finally came saying they wanted to take us to court for the car because we kept saying they weren't going to get the car back until we received our money back, which we put into the car. And they kept refusing to pay us back, saying they never have the money to give to us. But yet, when they threatened to tow the car, we gave them a week to come and get the car, and they never did. But we were nice enough to drive the car to my mom's apartment because we were going to still hold it until we got our payment. But we didn't want to get it towed either. But the next day, Pam and her son came with a police officer saying that we had no rights withholding the car since it's their car, whether they owe us money or not, and we had to give it back to them. They wanted to keep my battery that we paid $50 to put into that car. And I said, no, I bought that battery. We're keeping that battery. And they wanted to keep the connections to the battery that we had to buy just for that battery for the car. And they kept saying that we did something to the tires when we never did. And I told the police officer that we never said that they couldn't get their car back. We just said that we wanted our money back first, which is the same thing she told us before we took the car. She wanted at least one payment back before she gave us the car, so we did. But when it comes to us wanting our money back, it's different. We have to get screwed around and not get our money back. But when it's us getting people money, they demand it right away and we give it to them. So why are we the ones that's always the ones getting blamed for everything, even though we're the victims in this whole mess? And they're saying we're not going to get our money back until May 1st, but yet they spent over $800 just to get that car on the road 2 days after they took it when they said they had no money to give to us. Is that kind of fishy there? Jonathan wanted to flip out when he saw them driving that car, but they couldn't pay us back, which was their first obligation. But anyway, we got another car which was a Ford Contour, and it's red, and it's 4-door, and a guy was originally going to sell it for $750. And we were going to make payments for it. But once he got to meet us and know our situation and story, he decided just to give it to us for $500 and we keep it. And I was really crying when he said that we can keep it for $500. It's like it was a miracle because we were struggling with money as it was, and it was just so nice to know there are nice people out there that are not gonna screw you over. But anyway, that was the whole car situation. But now we do have a car, and it still has a cracked windshield, and it's gonna take like almost $200 to replace it. It's just been a rough few months, if you haven't noticed, with the car. But we are gonna demand that money once May 1st comes, because we're not gonna get gypped and miss out on our money. So, I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.